Rinse off my strawberries here. Cut the ends. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
But I couldn't be mad at her. It wasn't her fault. Here we are with Greg the Krakein. I didn't know if he was putting that there. I wasn't sure.
It's up to you.
I mean, it's already, it's there now. It's on camera. You are Greg the Krakein. Releasing the Krakein in the kitchen. Cutting up strawberries. What exactly are you making?
Tonight we are making a simple, easy recipe. We are having crepes with strawberries in them.
Crepes with strawberries. All right, all right. How long you been cooking, man?
Professionally, I've worked in restaurants. You know, a couple of places I've worked at were Mission Valley Inn, Blue Collar Sports Bar. I've always been like a head cook in them. You know, greasy spoon joints. Mission Valley Inn was a 4-star restaurant down in Fremont. It's no longer there. The owner sold his restaurant, got rid of it. But I've been cooking, I would say, in a professional capacity. I probably have, you know, somewhere like around 20 years underneath my belt. And now I'm going to add some sugar on top of the strawberries to get the strawberries to start soaking it up and making juice. Be generous with your sugar. And the reason why I don't like working in restaurants anymore is because everything becomes mundane. You do the same thing over and over and over and over. And it gets boring when you cook the same stuff all the time. Now we're going to put this in the fridge, chill it. And I like to clean up as I go.
Alright.
Put this in the dishwasher so it can be clean. Alright, so now we're going to make our crepes. We're going to preheat our pan, put it on medium. And this is an easy crepe recipe. It's a cup of flour, which I've already pre-measured out. Add 2 eggs.
Yep. All right.
We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
1/4 teaspoon.
Yes, about a 1/4.
Looking at the
1/2 cup milk.
It's crepe time.
And a 1/2 cup water.
Don't bother people.
And you might have to add a little bit more liquid depending on the consistency. But crepe's almost like a pancake, except a lot lighter and a lot more thin versus a pancake, which is heavier and fluffier. Add a little bit more milk. And you see how it's nice and kind of soupy. That's what we're looking for. It's not sticking to the whisk or the sides of the bowl.
Okay.
And you're going to use some butter in the pan.
Let's see. Okay, you need 3 angles.
Melt our butter in the bottom of the pan. Get ready to put crepe on because they cook up pretty fast.
Now, as far as camera presence, when you are talking, talk to them.
And don't be afraid if your first crepe doesn't turn out. It's just like a pancake. They never turn out the right way. First one.
Okay, look, none of my pancakes turn out the right way. I'm horrible at making pancakes, man. And I don't even know why.
And nice. Our crepe makes it sticking. That's what we want. And flip it.
Oh, man.
And we have our crepe.
Okay.
Simple as that.
So, when are the strawberries, when do they become part of it?
When we get ready to actually plate up the
The actual...
actual crepe, I mean, and just kind of rotate it some, that way it spreads out. There we go. As soon as we get ready to plate, we will be placing the strawberries on top of the crepe, giving it a little fold. I did forget to buy some powdered sugar to sprinkle on the top.
Don't worry about it.
You know, but, you know, and with the crepe, you can stuff them with any type of filling you want. I
Okay,
just
that's
happen
what
to
I
like
thought.
using strawberries.
Strawberry
And
mixture.
as you watch, you'll see the color changing from light to dark as it cooks. And once it reaches pretty much the same color straight across, that's when you want to flip. And there we go.
You said flip when the
Yeah,
it starts to color?
see how the color is pretty much all uniform?
Yeah.
And takes about maybe 30 seconds after you flip it for it to be ready. And crepes are actually really easy to make. You know, people think they're fancy, even though they're not fancy at all. Anybody can make them.
Well, you know, anything that comes from the French they think is fancy. And it sounds fancy.
As you watch, you'll see it. See how it's like the color difference on the outside, and as it cooks, you'll see it turning and gain.
I see that. So does that spread all over? Or-
Yeah.
Okay. It basically gives it a uniform color.
That, and we are ready to flip. Like I said, this take very long to
At all.
make a crepe, and anybody can do this. This is like the easiest recipe for crepes you'll ever be able to do. You know, they're not complicated, they're easy, fast, and it's a quick, easy dessert that you can use to impress your friends.
It sounds fancy. And everything. see.
And depending on the size of the pan and the size of the crepes, this recipe right here will usually make 8, depending on the pan size and how much your
You said 8?
yes, it can do up to 8 crepes, depending on how big you make them.
All right.
You know, because most your pans that you use at home are 6-inch,
Right.
you know, or 8-inch, you know. So if it's like a 6-inch pan, you'll get about 8 crepes out of it. And me, I'm making them a little bit bigger than I normally would, just because I'm not cooking in my kitchen
Yeah.
and I'm not using my stuff.
It's a big difference.
Yes.
I mean, an artist uses their tools to create their art. Period.
And we are getting ready to flip this. And you want to cook like on a medium heat. You know, you don't need to be like using anything really.
Okay, now I have this question. A lot of people will try to cook on high to make it go faster.
All that's going to do is either burn your food or make sure your food is undercooked.
All right, that's what I figured, and that's my bad. All right.
And give this a roll.
So now I'm seeing it.
And eventually I will be bringing you all into my house to cook. And cooking should be fun.
All right.
It shouldn't be work unless you're doing it for work.
Nice.
You know, but if you like to socialize, cooking is usually a great focus point for people meeting, getting to know each other. And that is it for the crepes. Now we will get ready to plate them up. So let me grab a couple plates here. Grab my strawberries. Normally I like to let my strawberries sit for at least a good hour or so. That way they can really mingle the juices and stuff like that. But this is fine. Sugared up, got nice juice going on, as you can see. And we're going to take a crepe, lay it down, take our strawberry filling, just spoon it on as little or as much as you want. Now that looks good. Now we're just going to give it a little fold and another little turn. And now we're going to take some of the syrup and drizzle it over the top. Like so. Like I said, this is quick, easy, fast. And here you go, sir.
Thank you very much. I will be a gentleman. I'm wasting in my bed. I gotta sleep here. Remember that. I heard her when she said it. She whispered it a little bit. Right here. Here, I got everything. Here. Put it together. Ah. Yeah. All right.
This is a easy recipe, as you saw. We've spent less than 10 minutes, well, maybe 20 minutes total.
It's not. It hasn't even been 20 minutes yet.
And this is something you can do for like your girlfriend, to surprise her a little bit of breakfast in bed.
Let's just say significant other, so we can be politically correct.
Yes.
Because not everybody has a girlfriend.
And there you go, sir.
All right. And there's a other fork. All right. So.
Where's the powdered sugar?
It was